Hey everybody, what's going on? Bahroo here, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about the Destiny beta. And in today's little video, I wanted to go over the Sunsinger subclass for the Warlock. Now, unfortunately, we're not able to actually get any gameplay of it, and that is because the cap is level 8 in the beta. But I figured we'd go ahead and take a look at the new skill tree or subclass that we'll have to work with once the game is in its full state. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. Now, with any other subclass, there are 3 different types of grenades. First off, we've got the solar grenade, which is basically going to be exactly the same as the Warlock standard grenade, only it's going to be flame instead of just the normal darkness damage, and it's not going to have this vortex ability to it. So the solar grenade really not all that different. Firebolt grenade, however, is going to act a little bit different. It's going to unleash multiple bolts that attack nearby enemies, which is going to be pretty nice. It's going to probably be more of a single target type of a grenade rather than an AoE style effect. And then finally we have basically a sticky grenade. When you attach it to a target, it's going to do massive damage, which again is probably going to be more of a single target type ability rather than trying to deal damage to everything around it. Next, we've got the standard glide. Nothing really changed here in this skill tree from the Voidwalker skill tree. You've got the glide, the focus control, focus burst, but instead of blink being the final one, you've got balanced glide. Balanced glide is going to give you more speed and control. However, it's not going to be like the Warlock's blink, which I'm kind of favoring the blink ability. Being able to completely remove yourself from a section is going to be great for dodging incoming attacks. So I don't know how the balanced glide is really going to be all that great. And then for the major or the supercharge ability, you've got Radiance, replacing your Nova Bomb. Radiance will dramatically increase the effectiveness of all of your abilities, as well as having a few other perks to it when you upgrade it. Some of these perks are Song of Flame, going to reduce all of the cooldowns of your nearby allies, which I think is really awesome and a very good synergy to go with everything. This class in general has a lot of synergy to it, provides quite a few buffs to teammates, but Song of Flame, definitely awesome. And then we have Radiant Skin. While active, Radiance reduces incoming damage. Now, I'm not entirely sure how dramatic this damage increase really is, but having increased damage for a skill that basically just makes you stronger and better in everything that you do definitely doesn't hurt. But obviously you wouldn't use this with obviously you wouldn't use Song of Flame if you're in solo, but I don't know if Radiant Skin is going to outweigh giving all of your teammates lowered cooldown. We'll have to see when we actually get a chance to mess with it. And then finally is an ability that I find absolutely awesome, which is Fireborn. Radiance can now be activated beyond the grave, and doing so returns you to life. So basically you have an on-demand Phoenix down, which is really awesome, because I know players who are in solo have been asking for a way to potentially revive themselves. So this is going to be the skill for you if that is what you are looking for. Definitely going to see what all we can do with this ability, potentially running past certain things to get to chests and all of that good stuff. So next up we have Scorch. This is going to be your new melee override, a powerful melee attack that ignites enemies, causing damage over time. This is going to be really nice because the energy drain effect that the Warlock currently has in his Void subclass really doesn't stand out to me all that much. All it really does is lower the cooldown of your grenades, which doesn't really do all that much, considering getting grenade cooldown is really not that hard. Overall, I did not enjoy energy drain at all, so Scorch definitely going to be a very good improvement. Follow that up with killing an enemy with Scorch is going to reduce incoming damage for a short time. Again, not really sure how much this is going to be. That armor that you see increasing is going to be passive, or at least I would hope so. So that'll be a little extra nice buff, but not entirely sure how much that incoming damage decrease is going to really be for. Next, we have Solar Wind. Hitting an enemy with Scorch is going to knock them back. Having a knockback is very vital for taking on elites. As you know, you fight your typical captain. If you punch him, he's going to give it to you, but twice as hard. So having a sort of crowd control effect on your melee can definitely make or break certain fights and the difference between life or death. So Solar Wind, definitely not a bad upgrade to have for your melee. And then you've got Brimstone, which just sounds awesome. Killing enemies with Scorch causes them to explode. Now this all sounds like a really nice skill, but I think this is going to be have a very niche ability, because most enemies that you're going to have trouble killing aren't going to die to this. Which, I mean, with mobs of enemies, it will be fine. If you have a horde of thralls around you, I'm sure killing one of them is going to just ruin all of their day. But against bigger enemies, like I said, captains, this isn't going to do too much. But we'll see. We'll see if maybe you can do some damage by bringing a weak enemy to a strong one. Definitely looking forward to testing that. And then you've got your passive buffs in the next one. You can focus on recovery or agility, armor and recovery, or armor and agility. It's really all dependent on how you want to build your skill, your character, which I find really awesome. I like being able to customize in this way, and it's definitely going to change up how you play your character. You can be faster with some more armor, or faster with better recovery, or maybe you just want more armor. It's really up to you how you want to play your character. And then for the next set, we've got the Radiant Will, which is going to increase the duration of radiance, which never hurts. Viking Funeral, and enemies you ignite burn longer and take more damage. Not entirely sure how that is going to be good. I would much rather have Radiant Will, to be honest, but I guess it really depends on how much that burn damage ticks for. If it ends up being a lot, then maybe Viking Funeral really is the extra passive to go with. But looking at our last one, killing an enemy with Scorch has a chance to generate Orbs of Light. Orbs of Light, if you watched the last video, is a mechanic working that helps you recharge your supercharge ability, which would be Radiance. So if you have a low enough cooldown on Scorch, you can use this to kill off lower enemies and get your supercharge back to help you take out the stronger enemies. And it just keeps going back and forth between using Scorch to get those Orbs of Light, then using Radiance to take out the bigger guys. So this ability definitely looks like one of the best passives, but we'll have to see what we end up working with when the beta ends and we get to play with the full game. And then we have another tier of passives. Again, you can go a little bit into everything, or you can focus on raw speed or raw armor. It's gonna be really kind of a toss-up here. With raw agility, you're gonna be able to outrun some attacks and be able to dodge things. Or you can go more armor and just tank it to the face and be able to get more up close and personal with enemies, and being able to use that in tandem with the Sunburst, which you want to melee enemies and get that killing blow with the Scorch. So we'll see. I mean, I would think probably a heavy armored Sunsinger Warlock with the Sunburst ability would be a really nice combination. But we'll have to see how that all plays out. And then finally, we have the final tier of passives, which is going to be Touch of Flame. All grenades ignite and cause damage over time, which, definitely is good. Being able to put that ignite on everything is going to have more synergy with the Viking Funeral, which increases burn duration as well as the damage. So definitely good synergy with previous passives. We'll see how those work out. You could possibly make a dot build character. I didn't really see dots doing all that much, but maybe a class centered around it would be able to do a bit more. Next up is going to be Angel of Light. This passive in general, I really don't feel is going to be that necessary. Aiming your weapon while in the air will hold you in place for a short time. I really don't see where this would be useful. maybe in PvP, but I kind of doubt it, because if you're just hovering in the air, you're making yourself a still target. And again, in PvE, enemies are not dumb. They will attack you, and projectiles do have a slight homing ability on them. So I wouldn't count on Angel of Light being all that great. Making yourself just a floating target in the air is not the greatest thing in the world. So I think most people are going to take a pass on this one, especially since it doesn't really do much. It does give you a slight boost to agility, but that slight boost is not worth letting yourself just stay in the open. And then for our final passive, we have Gift of the Sun. Gain an additional grenade. I'm not sure how this is going to work, whether you throw 2 grenades at the same time, or you can throw 2 grenades before your ability goes on cooldown, or maybe your grenade only uses like half. I'm not entirely sure how this works, but definitely not bad. Definitely not bad. I'm not sure if it's going to be better than the first passive, Touch of Flame, but we'll end up seeing how that all plays. I want to thank you all for watching. This is pretty much going to wrap up the Sunsinger Warlock subclass. Definitely going to take a look at this once the full game is out. Really do look forward to just ripping into the subclass and see what it has to truly offer. It's probably going to be one of my main classes from what I can see so far. So hopefully you guys will join me in Destiny. I want to thank you all for watching again. If you enjoyed this, be sure to hit that like button. It supports me in what I do. And yeah, be sure to be ready for more Destiny content in the future. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.